What happened to Iman? On February of 2021, Iman had a stroke from his drug addiction. He was staying with his auntie and uncle in the Bay Area until I could get to him and put him into a rehab. I believe we were meeting April 18th, and it was in Sacramento, California, at an Airbnb so that we could do our own intervention for him and get him the help he needed. We have 4 children together, and our children really wanted to have a sober dad. So when his aunties and uncles took him in, they were supposed to keep him until I got there. But instead, on March 31st, they put Iman in a hotel room, knowing that the stroke he had caused an eye problem where he couldn't see. His peripheral vision was gone. So he needed somebody to, stay around him so that he could have help and things like that. So they took him in, and on March 31st, they put him on the streets in a hotel room for one night. The next day, Iman could barely see, of course, and he had to navigate himself to the other side of town to get to the light rail down below on Watt Avenue in Sacramento, California. Well, actually, I guess that's North Highlands. And when he went across, he went to try to get to his storage, which was across the freeway. When Iman went to cross the freeway, his peripheral vision was gone. Therefore, he was hit by a car immediately that he did not see coming. When he got hit, his leg flew off over the barrier away from the body. Iman almost bled out, but thank God about 6 people stopped, and then one of the guys had a tourniquet. So Iman did make it. He survived. But when he got to the hospital, his sisters decided that they were going to kidnap him because they thought that he would be making them rich with the accident, because they didn't understand what he had even done yet or what had happened yet. So they started fighting me and the kids and wouldn't let me and the kids see their dad or anything. Finally, when Iman wakes up, he's like, I want my wife. I want Tiffany there. So we get on the phone, and I get on the phone with the nurse, and the nurse says, yes, you can come. And I booked my ticket. Later on that night, his sister tells me, do not come. Iman does not want to see you. He does not love you, blah, blah, blah. A couple of weeks later, after me fighting even longer, fighting against Mercy San Juan, they finally let me come visit. When I come to visit, they have given my husband water, even though he's a nothing by mouth patient, trying to sabotage him and take his life. While I was there for the 3 days, they also tried to give him more by asking the nurse to give him tea. And she did document this, trying to, again, sabotage his life. Iman was nothing by mouth at this time. He had just got off the vent. After that, we found out that they had bailed out our family child predator who had just sexually abused our nephew and left a hickey on his neck. He had been sexually abusing him for years. He also sexually abused my godson. He also sexually abused my son, and he sexually abused 30 children altogether, a lot of them on the football teams in North Highlands and Carmichael, California. So they bailed him out, and when they bailed him out and found out that I was not going to keep it silent, they kidnapped Iman. And they threw him into a nursing home, and then they stopped his phone calls. They took his personal cell phone, and they stopped all of his visits. They told him me and the kids didn't want to see him, and they told him they told us that Iman did not want to see us. They were trying to break us up, and it was really weird. But at the same time, they were threatening, my son, who was the victim, and saying things like, you can't talk to your dad because of what your mom's out there doing, which was, I was warning everybody that there was a child predator that had been touching everybody's children. And when I did warn everybody, he had wives and girlfriends all over the Bay Area, the Fresno area, that were dating him, that were, he was grooming their children. So I'm glad I did what I did. But they did take my husband's life by putting him in the nursing home. They let him get so severely dehydrated, neglected. He was starved. They gave him medications that he never needed. He was never diabetic. They force-fed him pills when he was telling them he didn't want to take them because he did not need them. And it was true. He didn't need them. Once he got home away from that abusive place, they took him off all of his medications, including his high blood pressure medications, because he never had high blood pressure, only when he was on drugs. And in that nursing home, he had high blood pressure because he had no pain management. So I didn't get Iman back home till February 14th of 2022. He was kidnapped April 1st, pretty much, of 2021. By the time I got him back, he was near death, and he only survived until 10/21/23. He did get to see his brother get locked up for sexually abusing our son, and that, I believe, was a beautiful moment. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. What happened to Iman? On February of 2021, Iman had a stroke from his drug addiction.